Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will be discussing about operators in C++. What are the operators? Why we need operators in C++ and how many types of operators are there in C++. So let's define the operator. An operator is a symbol like plus, minus, multiplication, division that directs the computer to perform any mathematical or logical operation. So whenever we do any mathematical or logical operation, we need operators and is usually used to manipulate data and variables. So we need operators to process the data and variables and to gather some result. For example, a plus b. Here plus is an operator and a and b are operand. So we have two things, operators and operand. The so when I write an equation, let's say I write equation x plus y. So here x and y are operands. In this equation x and y are operands and plus is an operator. So whenever we want to perform some operations on data, we use an operator, and with the help of operator and operands we process our data. Okay, and this complete equation is actually known as expression in C++. This is known as expression. So basically we have three types of operators in C++. Unary operators, binary operators, and third one is ternary operators. So as the name suggests, unary operators are the operators which need only one operand. Unary operators are the operators which need only one operand. Binary operators need two operands like plus, minus, multiplication, division. These all are binary operators. So if we want to use this plus symbol, we will be needing two operands. Whether they are constant or variables, we need two operands. So these are called binary operators, plus, minus, multiplication and division. These are called, and many more binary operators we have in C++. And then ternary operators are the operators which need three operands. So we have one ternary operator also in C++, that is called conditional operator. We will be discussing all type of operators. Unary operators are increment operator, decrement operator, then shorthand operators. So we will be discussing unary operators also in details in coming videos. So this was the basic introduction about operators. So in C++, we have following types of operators: arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, assignment operator, increment and decrement operator, conditional operator, bitwise operator, and some special operator. So one by one we will be discussing all types of operators, how we perform operations on these operators. So we will be discussing everything. So first let's discuss about assignment operator. We have basically 5 types of assignment operator in C++. So this is the result. And let's say our variable we have two variable a and b. A is equal to 9 and b is equal to 3. So first one is addition. Symbol for addition operator is plus. This is simple sum of two numbers like you do in mathematics. So a plus b will give you 12, sum of two numbers. Similarly, subtraction, a minus b will give you difference of two numbers, that is 6. Multiplication, we use asterisk symbol for multiplication operator in C++. It will give you multiplication of two numbers, 9 into 3 is equal to 27. Then divide operator. So there are two operators. First one is divide and second one is modulus operator. So divide operator will give you quotient. So when you use divide operator on integer numbers, then it will give you only quotient. Like 9 divided by 3, it gives you whole number 3, it does not give you the remainder. For example, if I take 8 divided by 3, then this division operator will give you only 2. Then modulus operator gives you the remainder. For example, when 9 modulus 3, when we it divide 9 by 3 and then it will give you the remainder. So for example, if I say 9 modulus 3, it means 9 will be divisible by 3 times and remainder is 0. So your answer will be 0. So these plus, minus, multiplication, division, these all are usual mathematical operators. So as we apply them in mathematics, they will be applied on C++ also. So for example, 2 plus 3 will always be 5, 2 into 3 will be 6, 2 minus 3 will give you minus 1, 2 divide 3. So if we have floating point numbers, then it will give you the exact division. If we have integer number like 2 divide 3, it always gives us only quotient. So here quotient will be 0. If I say 5 divides 2, then quotient is 2. It does not consider about, in case of integer, this division operator does not consider about remainder. If I say both 5 and 2 are float, both 5 and 2 are real numbers, so in this case it is going to give us 2.5. So this is the difference in division operator. Now the main thing is modulus operator, that we symbol for the modulus operator is this percentile sign. So what this operator do? First thing is, this is applicable only for integers. If you apply modulus operator on floating point number, compiler will give you an error. Because why? Because this modulus operator gives us remainder. So like for example, we have two variables x and y. So if I write x modulus y, so first x will be divided by y and whatever is the remainder, that will be the answer of this modulus operator. So for example, let's say x is equal to 5, y is equal to 3. So when I say x modulus y, so quotient is equal to 1 and remainder is equal to 2. So x modulus y answer will be 2. It will divide x by y. Whatever is the remainder, compiler will give you as answer in case of modulus operator. For example, I say 11, x is equal to 11 and y is equal to 4. So when I say x modulus y, quotient will be 2 and remainder will be 3. So answer will be 3. If I say x is equal to 15 and y is equal to 7, then x modulus y says quotient is equal to 2 and remainder is equal to 1. So answer will be 1. This is applicable only for integer, because in case of integer division we have remainder. In case of like floating point division, we do not have this remainder. They divide completely like here. So this is about the modulus operator, and then we will see in Visual Studio how this modulus operator. Now let's check, and let's say I declare two variables of type integer, int a comma b. Now let's assign them value here only. Let's say a is equal to 8 and b is equal to 3. Fine. Now let's say you want to find a plus b. So simply you can write cout a plus b. Next line. Then difference, cout a minus b. End line. Then multiplication, cout a into b. End line. And then division, cout a divides b. Now we will check them one by one. So let's make it as comment. Now let's say we are doing only a plus b. So it should be 8 plus 3, and 8 plus 3 is equal to, it should be 8 plus 3, that is equal to 11. So let's check it. So see, sum is 11. To make this output more clear, we could write it here like this. Sum is equal to then it will means it will be clear that what it is displaying. Now let's check for this. Let's check for subtraction also. So let's say what it should be. It should be 8 minus 3, that is equal to 5. So let's check. Let's write it here. Difference is equal to so when we run it, let's check the value. It should be 5. So difference is equal to 5. Now let's check for multiplication also. So just uncomment it and let's say multiplication, what it will give, 8 into 3, that should be 24. So let's write here multiplication is equal to, and let's run it. Multiplication is equal to 24. Now comes to division also. So just uncomment it, a upon b. So this is for when both a and b are integers. So division is equal to, so it means it is only going to give you the quotient. It is only going to give you quotient. First it will divide 8 by 3 and it will give you the quotient, that is 3:2 6, and remainder is 2 and quotient is 2. So it is going to give you 2. Now let's check for modulus operator. Modulus operator gives us, okay, first check the result for this division. I forgot. Division is 2. Now let's say see out. Modulus of operators gives us remainder. First it divides a by b and whatever is the remainder, it will give you remainder. So a modulus b end line, and it should be remainder also 2. Let's run it. See, it is 2. So in this particular case, actually both quotient and remainder are 2. So just check for another case. Let's make a is equal to 7. So when I say a is equal to 7, so sum will be 7 plus 3, 10. Then it will be 7 minus 3, 4. Difference will be 4. Then 7 into 3, it will be 21. And then now if I say 7 upon 3, so first 7 will be divided by 3 and whatever is the quotient, quotient is 2, remainder is 1. So whatever is the quotient, that will be the result. Here again in case of modulus operator, again this 7 will be divided by 3 and whatever is the remainder, that will be your result. So 7 divided by 3, quotient is 2 and remainder is 1. So it should give you 1. See, okay, so just keep this in mind. This modulus operator is only for integer numbers, because in case of real numbers we do not get any remainder. It means it keeps on dividing until we get the 0. So in case of integer numbers, modulus operator is applicable. If you apply modulus operator to floating point number or real numbers, it will give you an error. So this is about floating point numbers. Okay, now let's check about, let's say I change it to float. Okay, so when it is float, see, as soon as I change my variables a and b to float, this modulus operator is going to give an error. And what error says? Let's check it. This error says here, modulus illegal, left operand has type float. Right operand has type float. It means you cannot apply this modulus operator to floating point numbers. Rest all is okay. So now let's check it. See, because now it is floating point number, so division will give you 2.33333, complete division, perfect division. Rest all is same. So either you can apply these operators directly in Cout statement, or what you could do, you could declare another variable. Let's say I declare C, and then I say here C is equal to A plus B, and then I Cout C. Again I say, again I can assign another value to C. C is equal to A minus B, and then here I can display this C. Again I say C is equal to A asterisk B, and then here I can display C. Again I can write C is equal to, so it depends upon our problem, what type of problem we have. We could do any of these. Okay, we can display directly our result within Cout, or we can store our result in some variable. So if you want to store, if our problem is something like that, we want at the end we want what is C, we should take a variable. So let's check it. It is going to give you the same result. Okay, okay. Now let's say I make this C as integer. I make this C as integer. So our variables are of type float and C is of type integer. So where we are C is of type integer, it means where we are is the variable in which we are storing the result are type of type. So what I did here, I changed this variable C into integer. So now C should be an integer. So whatever value we will store to C, that should be an integer. So everything will be same, because the resultant of A plus B is an integer, resultant of A minus B is an integer, A multiplication B is also integer. But when we say C is equal to A upon B, here A upon B, because both A and B are floating point number, but when I say A upon B should be stored to an integer, it will store only the integer part, and when we display C, it will give us only 2. Let's check it. See, it is going to give us only 2. So this is the difference. Okay, if we print it directly, it will give us the complete result. If we take C as floating point number, it will give us the complete result. But when we say that C is an integer, and even if both A and B are floating point number, the variable in which we are storing the value of A upon B is an integer, so it will store only integer. Now let's check one more thing. Let's say A is a float number and B is an integer. Okay, and let's write here only, let's make everything else is comment. We are checking only for this. So now let's write only A upon B here. So now A is an float and B is an integer. So now when we divide, what should be the result? So even if one of them is a float number, it will give you a float number. So let's say int A and float B. So if one of them is float, it will give you a float number. And keep this in mind, you can use only modulus operator only for integers. So these are arithmetic operators in C++. And in the next video we will be discussing about all operators like logical operator, bitwise shift, bitwise AND, increment, decrement, shorthand operator. There are so many types of operator, so we will keep on discussing in next video. Thank you.